Hey, what's going on, everyone? I saw The Hunger Games Friday night, but I had to work all weekend, so sorry I'm doing this video now. Sorry I'm a little late on this. The Hunger Games is directed by Gary Ross, and it's based on the first novel of Suzanne Collins' sci-fi trilogy, The Hunger Games. I've got the Mockingjay right here. I've read the books. I'm on the Mockingjay right now. These books are awesome. Check it out. If you haven't read them already, go to a library, go to Barnes & Noble, check them out. You're going to love these books. The movie takes place, and the book takes place, in a post-apocalyptic world where North America is now known as Panem and is divided into 12 districts. And every year the capital arranges this competition where a boy and a girl ranging from the ages 12 to 18 in every district is randomly selected and forced to compete in the Hunger Games. It's basically 24 kids enter and 1 kid leaves. It's a fight to the death, and it's a very brutal game. Our main character's name is Katniss Everdeen, played by Jennifer Lawrence, and she plays a girl from District 12 who's basically the head of the household, the head of the family. She takes care of her mother, she takes care of her little sister, puts food on the table, and she's a very crafty and skilled hunter. When the day of the reaping comes, the day they select the kids to play in the Hunger Games, Katniss's little sister Prim is selected. So Katniss steps in and takes Prim's place and volunteers to be tribute. She is also joined by a boy from District 12 by the name of Peter, I was going to say Peter, but Peter Malik, played by Josh Hucherson. I really loved what Gary Ross did with this movie. The essence of the book is definitely there. He did this book justice. There are some things I thought could have been expanded and, you know, shown more of, and I'll get to that a little later. But also there are things that he left out, which he should have left out. There's a couple characters, for example, the mayor's daughter, the part with the post-reaping family time, or, you know, friends and family time after the reapings are announced. You see the mayor's daughter in the book, where you read about it in the book, and you don't see her in the movie. They do a good job with explaining that situation differently, and it's a nice scene with Katniss and Prim. Basically, the mayor's daughter's part in the book is replaced by Prim, and it's a very beautiful scene. Also, another thing you didn't need in the movie that wasn't in the movie, and which was good it wasn't in the movie, it was the Avox girl explanation. You didn't really need it. It wasn't in it. There you go. It wasn't important. I like how Gary Ross took you from one place to another in this movie. He took you from the dark, drab, just poor community of District 12 and took you to a nightmarishly bright, fake plastic tree city as the capital. And just the anticipation, excuse me, that he brings in this movie is just killer. You can just feel it in the pit of your stomach. Once Katniss and Peter get to the Capitol, you know they're going to go through interviews, they're going to go through training, and it's all leading up to this big competition. And you just, the closer it gets to it, you just feel it. Up until the arena and the countdown, and then the games began. The casting in this movie was amazing. Jennifer Lawrence rocked the shit out of Katniss Everdeen. She was Katniss Everdeen. They couldn't have picked a better actress to play Katniss than Jennifer Lawrence. Also, Peter, played by Josh Hucherson. Josh Hucherson stepping up to the plate. You may remember him in The Vampire's Assistant or the Journey to the Center of the Earth movies. He steps to the plate, rocks Peter's character, and he also has a Dolph Ziggler thing going on with the bleached blonde, slick back hair. Also, just a well-rounded cast. You have the perfect cast for this movie. You have Liam Hemsworth, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, plays the part of Gale, Katniss's best friend on District 12. And they didn't get too much into a love story. That's for the next movie. That's for Catching Fire. You got as much Gale as you really need to get. They didn't overdo it with him, which I'm glad they didn't. I kind of thought they were going to do that, and a lot of people were going to saying this is going to be the next Twilight, and it's nothing like Twilight. They don't hit you hard with romantic shit, and Liam Hemsworth did a great job as Gale. Also, Woody Harrelson was awesome as Haymitch. He plays the mentor of Katniss and Peter, and he's also got a little drinking problem. He was funny, just just sarcastic as hell. He was such an asshole. I love the way Woody Harrelson played this character. He was awesome in this. Also, Elizabeth Banks as Effie Trinket. She's a product of the Capitol. She's very naive. She has a good heart. She means well, but she's just naive to the fact on how these games affect other people and families. And also, a couple notable performances. Lenny Kravitz was awesome as Senna. He was everything he was in the book, just the appearance and everything. He was better than I thought he was going to be. Lenny Kravitz is a pretty damn good actor. I'd like to see him in more, but he was awesome as Senna. And also Stanley Tucci as Caesar Flickerman. He was everything I thought he would be in the books. He was funny as hell. He was corny as hell. He was kind of like a Ryan Seacrest-like character, very egotistic and egocentric. I loved his part in the movie. I loved the Caesar Flickerman talk show signs with just Caesar Flickerman's face smiling, laughing, trying to look intriguing. It was just corny as hell. Stanley Tucci played the hell out of this part. Another notable performance is a little girl who played Rue. One of the representatives of District 11. You will fall in love with this little girl. She is just as awesome as she is adorable, and that was one of the characters I was kind of looking forward to see how they were going to portray her. And this little girl did an awesome job. You're probably going to see more from this young actress and other things coming up, and she was just awesome. Donald Sutherland played the evil President Snow, and I hope he's still kicking by the time they do Catching Fire and the Mockingjay, because I want to see how evil Donald Sutherland can take President Snow. Also, Wes Bentley played Seneca Kane, the head game maker. And you don't read much about Seneca Kane. You just hear more about him in Catching Fire. And it was good to see interaction with him and Haymitch and him and, excuse me, President Snow. So Wes Bentley was great in this. And like I said, perfect cast. In even the other tributes, the evil, the mean kids like Kato, and the kid that played Kato was cool. And then the orphan, Esther the orphan from the movie Orphan, played Clove from District 12. The things I'm going to be nitpicky about, I'm just going to get to it now before I get to the games. There were things that didn't bother me a lot, but like I said, just nitpicky things that I wish could have been explained better or shown more of. I wish you would have saw more of the friendship of not Katniss and Gale, because you see that at the beginning of the movie, you understand their friendship and you know where it's going to go. But I wanted to see more of interaction between Katniss and Senna. In the book, they interact a lot, and you really get this special bond they have. And I wanted to see more of that in the movie. I mean, it was there. It was there. Believe me, it was there. But I wanted to see more of it like it was in the book. Like I said, just little things I'm nitpicky about. And also, I wanted to see more interviews. I wanted to see more Caesar Flickerman interviews. I wanted to see him interview Thresh and Rue and just a better montage of what they had, because it went by quick. Just the interview montage, it wasn't even a montage, it was just little pieces of interviews here and there. And I just wanted to see more of the main tributes, the main antagonists and some allies. I just wanted to see, you know, Thresh, Rue, Kato, just more interviews just to explain the tributes more. And I'm glad they did things from other perspectives other than Katniss. In the book, everything through Katniss's eyes was great, but I'm glad in the movie they moved forward. You saw how Haymitch was feeling through all this. You saw like President Snow, how he felt about what was happening in the games. Another thing, I'll go back to the nitpicky shit. My mind went blank, so never mind. So basically, the interviews I wish they would have showed more of, and more interactions with Katniss and Senna. Oh yeah, I remember that third thing was that kind of nitpicky thing I wish they showed more of was Portia. You didn't get to see much of her. She wasn't that important, but it would have been cool to see her. I kind of wanted to see more of Portia. in the movie. The games itself, like I said, this movie, just a lot of anticipation going into it. It was just like getting on a roller coaster and just waiting for the drop. And that's how I felt when you were heading to the arena going into the games. And once the game started, I will say it was everything I thought it would be. You got to see a lot of violence. It's PG-13, so you didn't get to see a lot of just up and hacking and slashing. I mean, you saw it, but I like the subtle way they did it, just to let you know how violent these things are without actually showing you just like kids getting their throats slit and shit like that. So I thought they did the games well. There was a couple things that I was kind of curious about reading the book, was how they're going to do that, because the way they described it in this, there's no way they can show this in a PG-13 movie. That would just be too much. And one of the things, not to ruin anything, because odds are you probably already seen this movie or you've read the books, was the Tracker Jackers. I was curious on how that was going to be played out. In my mind, they're going to be, I thought of over the top, like huge wasps, but that's not what you got, and I'm glad you didn't get that. I like how they did the Tracker Jackers, and also another obstacle in the games. And this I'm not going to mention because, I don't know. Well, fuck it, I'm just going to say it. I like how they did the dogs. That's all I'm going to say. It was a little different from the book, but I like how they did it. They did it well. It's a well done movie. Like I said, this movie is awesome. Definitely worth the price to go see it. If you haven't read the books, I really strongly recommend you reading all 3 books. You're going to enjoy them, and they go by quick. It's just a nice, quick, easy read. Gary Ross, you did an amazing job with this movie. You gave justice to the books. You didn't turn it into a sappy love story like Twilight. You didn't do that, and I'm glad you didn't do that. And I'm glad you were just you know, you gave the book justice. You did justice to the book. That's what I was trying to say. Not like if anybody remembers the Percy Jackson movie adaptation of the Percy Jackson novels, they fucked those books up, and I'm glad Gary Ross didn't fuck up the Hunger Games. Gary Ross, I applaud you, my man. I hope you're there to direct Catching Fire. I can't wait to see Catching Fire next year. That is if we're all here in 2013. But definitely check out The Hunger Games, folks. This movie is awesome. Let's face it, The Hunger Games is the next Potter. It really is. And I hope they go to the places with the Hunger Games trilogy as they did with the Harry Potter movies. These movies, the Hunger Game movies, they're going to be awesome. And I can't wait to see Catching Fire next year, like I said. And it should be good. Also, there's a scene from Catching Fire in this movie. If you've read the books, you know what I'm talking about. And also, I didn't mention before I go, there is one particular scene that that would just you're never going to be ready for. Even in the books, it was too much to take, and in the movie, they really get that real emotion out of you. I'm not going to mention it. It's something for you to see for yourself. Hopefully, a lot of you know what I'm talking about, especially if you read the books. And then if you've seen the movie, it's pretty rough. It's rough to take. But anyway. Go see The Hunger Games, folks. It's well worth it. This movie is awesome. You're going to enjoy it. There you go. This is my review of The Hunger Games. Hope you like it. Anyway, if you're feeling froggy, click the subscribe button. I promise I'll have more videos and even more stuttering and stammering going along with it. Anyway, Hunger Games, definitely worth seeing. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you next time, folks. Bye.